Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining my channel. My name is Rocky, and if you're new, this is where we talk about fashion, lifestyle, and just a little bit of beauty. I think we're talking about all three today. We'll see. Let's get right into it. So today isn't the ideal to be filming a video because there's so much going on outside of my house today. Everybody's mowing their lawn, building fences, all kinds of stuff going on. And even on my house, we're doing work. So there's so much noise, but I'm super excited to share this stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start with the thing that has me geeked the most. Let me get into it. So of course, the sneaker collection building madness does not end because it is a journey, not a destination. We have a pair of sneakers. All right, as you can see, there are a pair of Jordans. And I think I told you I was done buying Jordans because my goal was to get the ones, the threes, and the fours, and that was it. And I ended up getting another pair in between. I got several ones. I got another pair in between, which is a 2-3 hybrid. So I just got another pair of threes. Threes are my favorites. And this one was just it was on sale, first of all. And it was just calling my name. So here she is. My new pair of threes. This one's very versatile in my opinion. It's just gray and white. The other ones I have are black with the gray elephant skin and a gold tongue. So this is almost the opposite, but just without the funky tongue on there. But yeah, just got these from, I think I got this from Shoe Palace. Great place to look for sneakers. I go to so many different places for sneakers. It's just like whatever, like there are not so many. I probably have about 10 trusted sources for sneakers, and I check between all of them all the time to see if anything piques my interest. Or when they have a sale, I'm very diligent about going through everything they have on sale. But this is my new pair. Now for everything else, there's just so much going on. I'm going to have to open with you. That was the main thing right there. I was super excited about that. This one is fashion. And this is a whole big order from Free People. They recently had an additional 40% off sale. I'm not sure if it's still going on, but definitely go and check. I'm trying to think when this will come on YouTube, but probably by then it'll be over. But check anyway, because even if it's not the 40, they usually do this thing where they'll do a really high percentage off and they say, oh no, you missed a sale, and they'll still do a sale of additional 25% off. So check it out regardless. But they had some really cool pieces. I feel like I kind of waited, so I'm not sure what will be left or if they will replenish or replace what's in the sale. I waited a couple days before I acted on the sale, and so I'm sure the best things were snapped up right away. And then my size my sizes in a lot of things went pretty quickly because there were some really cute things, but they just didn't have my size. So I landed on these few items, and let me share them with you. I can't remember what I got, like combination of tops, bottoms, all tops, I don't know. But we're gonna open them up together, and my memory will be jogged right along with your discovery. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this one is, so this one might be a mistake what I've done. So this one is a really thin, gauzy kind of a linen dress. It's meant to be like kind of like a coverall, but also could be a dress. It's super, I don't know if you can see that, but no, it's not really showing here, but light can go through this. I sized up on this. I usually get an extra small in things, but I sized up on this because of the length. I saw how short this was on the model, and her cheek was falling out the back, and I'm like, that's not what I'm going for. So I sized up a size. But now that I'm looking at how wide this is, I'm concerned about it actually staying on. So I might have made a mistake. We'll see. They had a lot of colors to choose from, but not very many colors for me to choose from in my size. I didn't want to get white. I think white in this one might have been my only option, so I got this one. But I really like the style. My original idea was to get like a beige, more of a burlappy kind of a color, burlap sack kind of a color. That's the more natural color I was going for, but here we are. This one, I do remember this one is a skirt, and I'm hoping it looks how I think it should look. So I remember this being asymmetrical. And I think I got this in an extra small, did I? I got it in a 0. And so this is a skirt. It's kind of asymmetrical. I don't have one this color or style. I do have I love asymmetrical pieces. I love things that are just kind of slightly off. What's bad about that is because then it's no longer a basic and it's, very distinct looking piece, but we move. This one looks from afar like a faded denim, but it is not. It's a lighter material. It's I don't to call it, but it's really light, you all, and it's really good for summer. And I do typically buy things off season so I can get the best deal. So like this gauzy linen number, I'm not wearing that in the dead of winter in Chicago unless this is with a ton of layers. I ain't wearing that. But this one I could probably still get away with here in fall with some tights and stuff like this, but I am really liking this in person. It is what I expected, let's say that. The next one is in the same color family way. I thought this one was less yellowy and more cream, or maybe, what did I think? I don't know what I thought. I got this one in an extra small, and this one is a skirt, and it's pleated. And as I'm looking at it here, I feel like you can see underwear through it. So I definitely have to wear nude color or wear like brown that's close to my skin color when I wear this. It's very light, really great for summer. So wrinkly that you really can't get the effect. So hopefully I can do a cutaway so that you can see what I saw. But to me, it's very feminine, very girly, light, playful for summer. Even though it's midi length, it might be maxi on me, but it's meant to be midi. Like mid-axi length, that's what it is. Not quite midi, not quite maxi, right there in the middle, maybe ankle hitting. So I feel like that, I don't know, we'll see how it lands on me, but yeah, I don't know how much I paid for it either. Let's move on. All right, just a couple more pieces. This one I think is a 2-piece set. And this one was another situation where my original gut was to get a different color, but again, the size limitations made me get size limitation plus things that I already have in my wardrobe. They had this also in a dark gray, but I already have something very similar, so I didn't want to get that dark gray one. I have from Cider, I have a set that's very similar to this in dark gray. So it is a tank top, and I love this like muscle slash deep, not muscle, like this deep tank top where you get side boob action. I love this style of tank top. You've heard me talk about that before. It's actually ribbed in like a t-shirt material. I don't know if you can even see that level of detail, but it's a rib knit, but I've never had a tank top that had this like t-shirt ribbing here at the edge. Not t-shirt, like button down. It's like button down shirt material here, not even t-shirt, so it's not quite stretchy or anything. And it comes with a skirt that's in that same button down shirt material. Now this skirt is really short and it's translucent as well. All of these seem to be translucent, where I need to be careful about like what you can see through and not see through. I got this one in an extra small. When ordering this, I was concerned about the length, but then sizing up, I felt like this wouldn't fit, so I just had to bite the bullet and go with the extra small. So we'll see how this goes, but here we are. And the last item is my favorite item. It is denim. If you've been rocking with me for a long time, you know that I get off on denim. Denim, patchwork, asymmetry. What don't I like? Well, here's the piece, and I can't remember what it is. Was it a dress or a skirt? Let's see what it was. It was a I think it's a convertible. I'm gonna have to do a cutaway because right now is confusing me, but it is a convertible piece. It can be a dress, it can be a shirt, it can be a skirt. And I like pieces like that when I can actually figure them out, because you get a lot of bang for your buck when you can wear them so many different ways, and people really don't know that you're re-wearing the same thing over and over again. So if I can figure this out, you will see this on an OOTD near you. Outfit of the day near you, but right now it's not looking like much of anything, so hopefully I can do a cutaway so you can see what I was talking about. But it is one of those cool convertible pieces. All right, in one of my other videos you might remember that I mentioned there was something that I got customized that I was expecting to come in the mail, and there was a mystery around it. Like, it said it was delivered, no evidence at all that this thing had been delivered. And then one day randomly I'm leaving to go to work, and some woman is walking down the street on her phone, and she has this package in her hand, and she walks straight up to the door like, "Is this for you?" And I'm like, what? And then so I'm thinking maybe it got misdelivered and this person was doing an act of kindness, but then she takes a picture of it in my hand before she leaves. So maybe it was courier service, I don't know, but she walked up like she was local and like, "Hey girl," like she knew it was me. I'm just like, why would you think? Anyway, here's the package she walked up holding. So again, it's this bright orange thing. I'm just like, I don't even know what. Anyway, so here's the thing. I haven't looked at it. If you all are interested in what I show you in a second, they gave me this 30% off code VIP30. So let's see if you're interested. So I got a customized, this place has a lot of different type of customized things. But I absolutely love this. This is a customized sweatshirt. And I got, what else did I get? What else would I get on here? I got Rocky on here. For me, right now, my first impressions is, while I do love everything that has kind of like my name on it and stuff like that, I'm finding this hard to read. They, you know, it's a cursive or whatever, but it looks like R-O-O, gosh knows what, why. Anyway, I know it says, it's supposed to say Rocky, but it's not to me, and to my eyes, not super clear that this says Rocky. So I don't know if you would want to, just showing you what I got, if you would be interested, but this is super, this feels like one of those super soft robes or those socks that you get at Christmas. Super soft, super soft. But the quality and the definition and being able to read this, not so great. And I don't know, I'll have to see how this lands once I wear it, but it seems like the stitching is too tight and it's pulling and tugging at the fabric, at the material. So this wasn't super cheap either in comparison to other custom things that I've gotten. I felt that this was just unique. So that's why I bit the bullet and paid the extra for it. The fact that it took forever, it took about 2 months for me to get it. And the logistics were a nightmare, where like it would report that it was delivered, wasn't delivered. And now getting it and the quality isn't exactly what I expected. Not sure that I would necessarily recommend it, but of course you all are welcome to try, like go to their website, see what else they have. But for me, I'm still on the fence about it. We'll have to see, let this relax a bit because it has been folded for a while. Let's see, let's let it, you know, relax a bit. I'll steam it. We'll see what happens. But yeah. The next items are lifestyle. And I haven't been to this place. I have been to this place in a while because I'm addicted right now. I went back to Harney Sons. I don't know if you remember the last time we talked about Harney Sons. I discovered this tea that by far has to be hands down my very favorite tea now. It surpasses every chai that I've ever had, every whatever. But it is this tea that they've recently launched called horchata tea. It's flavored oolong tea, and it tastes just like it's like if chai had a milder younger sister and a sweetness to it, you know. And so it's horchata. I mean, it's plain and short. Once you put your whatever your choice of milk in here, it is horchata, but it is lovely. I choose what milk do I use, y'all? I think I use oat milk. Well, no, coconut milk. I forgot what milk I drink. Coconut milk is what I use, and it just gives it this otherworldly, just beautiful flavor. And I sweeten with honey. It is gorgeous. So I got you, and if you remember, I had got a ton of them, and I was debating if I should share with my friend who also likes them. And then I ended up getting like, I guess 4 come in a case, so they just packed it up this way. So I got 5 total. I'm not going to open this up because why show you? You already know what it looks like, but I got 5 of these. And then snooping around the website, I didn't realize they had more things than, I mean, I know they have tea and like cookies and stuff like that, but they have other kitschy things. So I ended up picking up a t-shirt in a color that I don't have a t-shirt in, believe it or not. I have all kinds of graphic and statement tees or message tees. So this is another message tee. And it says, me, myself, and chai. How cute. I got this in a small, but this thing is massive, y'all. So maybe it's just maybe it's a men's t-shirt. But anyway, it's all right. I'll tie it up. I'll do a side knot, or I might cut it. Who knows? But I thought that was super cute. And then lastly, in that box, they always give you free samples when you order from them. So I got this hot cinnamon and this chamomile. What I like to do is throw these into my bags when I'm traveling, because not all chai is created equally. And sometimes when I go to hotels, their chai, I mean, not all tea is created, even though chai is tea. And okay, anyway, not all tea is created equally. So I like to have my option of brewing my own tea, so that, you know, whatever. So I'm happy. So that's my Harney Sons order. And the next couple of things are from Amazon. So I've run out of rose oil. I always keep rose oil on hand. I put them in my soaps. I'll put them in my hair products. I'll put them in my lotions and things like that. So this one, I feel like I've ordered it before, but I think they just changed the packaging on this. But yeah, it is essential oil. It's not cold press, which is sometimes what I get, but I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I usually get cold pressed rose oil, but who knows? Anyway, I love the fragrance of rose. We talked about that before, and whatever I can fragrant, or whatever, what do you call it? I can't flavor it, but whatever I can scent with rose, I will do that on my own using some oil of some sort. And this is one of the ones that I use. And the last thing is probably a little unorthodox. And I'm trying to see how I can explain this, but give me a second to open it. So as you know, every year I do this fashion show / concert called Surround Sound of Fashion. And I usually like to do something a little different in terms of my style. Try to push the envelope or do something that's, you know, a few years out from actually being in style today. And I don't know that necessarily this time I'm doing something super far out, but it's far out for me in terms of my comfort zone, things that I normally wear. So as part of my accessories, I bought myself some grills. And these go on your teeth. I'm not really sure exactly how it goes. There's some silicone in here, so I feel like there's directions where you need to put the silicone first, then the grill on your teeth so it doesn't damage your teeth or something like that. I see like these things or whatever. Anyway, I have to figure it out because I can't just pop it on to show you what it's going to look like before reading the instructions. I don't want to crack my teeth. I just got my braces off. And I don't want to mess up. I need to get them whitened, so sorry. But so I'm excited because I got them off. I don't have the Invisaligns anymore, and I'm not speaking all weird and slobbery anymore. But so I want to, you know, embellish the smile a little bit. And I thought this would be a cool way to do that. Now, I know some of y'all like rolling your eyes at your big age. Are you actually wearing hip hop grills? Yes, I am. So coming to a OTD near you, I will be wearing some hip hop grills at my big age. Deal with it. So that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know if there's anything that interests you, surprised you, or if you have any questions. Sound off in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Hit that like button. Bye.
Rocky, she's just a fashion girl from Chicago. Rocky, just a fashion girl.